Hi, all my stamping friends. I'm Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and I have a project for my countdown to Halloween, my 12 weeks of Halloween. And this is a little pull tab or little pull thing for Twizzlers. And I found this little pack of Twizzlers probably at my Dollar General or Walmart because like I said in the past, that's about the only place I buy my candy. And so it's a cute little thing, little project that is really simple to put together. And we're using a couple of stamp sets. I'm using the Trick or Treat out of the Through the Year. And then I'm using Playful Ghosts because I just think they're the cutest. And so I like this one here. The last box that I did, we used this one, so now we're going to try for this one. And so we will get started with this. And we'll set this over here out of the way and then bring in all my bits and pieces. I have some markers for alcohol markers, an ink pad to do some coloring, and we have a piece of basic black, and this here is, let's see, 5.5 by 7, so you can get 2 out of a sheet of cardstock, and we'll score that here in a moment. And then I have a piece of the To Market DSP, and it is at, let's see, 4 inches by 5.5. And then the deckled circle, I believe this is either the second or the third step up from the smallest. I think it's the third. It could be the second one, but I think it's the third. Then I have a piece of scrap paper, basic white, to do the stamping of my ghost. And then just scrap Blackberry Bliss to put behind my Trick or Treat. So we will get started with that. We have the ghost, the Trick or Treat, and the Boo, and our bats. We're also going to use the ribbon that is the gingham black and white ribbon. And so I have that for the pull tab. Gorgeous Grape, I do believe, is what I'm going to use to stamp the Trick or Treat. And I have Memento Black here. So I will get I'll get a scrap piece of paper here and put it down. I'll move these up here out of the way for now. And we're going to take that deckled circle. Let's see. Put that down, and we'll use, I guess it's Highland Heather that we'll put down for the circle. That up. I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Off to one side. The ghost is going to cover most of it, so that's about all I'm going to do. Is just a little hint of some color. Let's see there. Oh, there. And it's white on the edge, so it's kind of hard to see it with the lighting, but it's there. And then let's go ahead and stamp our ghost and our Trick or Treat. So I'll do the little ghost here. Grab him, ink him up. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp him over here to the side. That looks pretty good. I'll grab my little chamois here. Clean that up. Away for now. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my Gorgeous Grape. I might have used Blackberry Bliss before, but I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape this time. And it says Trick or Treat. I'm going to put it down here on this end so that maybe I have a straight edge to go up of. If I get it stamped on there straight. Like that. Yeah, I like that a little bit better because it's bolder. Close that up because I'm finished with that one, and I'll clean this with the chamois again. I don't, if I forget to clean them, I end up sticking my arm in them, different things. All right, so on this, we're going to add the word boo. So we're going to use this black, and we're going to put the boo over here to the side. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to use the bats. Go up here above the boo and put some bats. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put some more bats. Alright, so I think that is all the stamping. Go ahead and close this ink up. Get out of the way. Then I'm going to trim that down. Try to cut it as straight as I can. That looks pretty straight. It doesn't have to be exact, but it looks pretty good. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and layer that onto my Blackberry Bliss. I'll trim that out around there. So I'm just going to add a little bit to the back of this. Move that down here on this corner. This is a straight edge. Pretty straight anyway. It's a trick or treat, so it doesn't matter if it's completely straight. Because our deckled circles are not straight. They have a rough edge on them. Alright. Trim this one just a little bit because it is quite crooked there. There, that's finished. And then this has been stamped. Put this right up there with that. I'm going to go ahead and close up our glue for now. And then I'm going to color this, and then we will do the scoring of that. So I'm going to grab dark Highland Heather, and I'm going to outline. I'm not going to draw it a perfect circle, around the edge. Just kind of brush it out a little bit so it's easier to blend it. I'm going to start in that corner, just kind of blend it out the best that I can. Go over here and do the edges around that edge. If you let it dry in between and keep laying down, I'll come back to that. Let it dry a little bit. I'll come back to that. So I'm going to use our Real Red. Oh no, light cherry cobbler. So I'm going to add that to my little patch on the hat. And then in the exact center, just going to dot it on because I don't want it to bleed out. So that's done. Go over this again. Trying to darken that up and make those edges not quite so prominent. So I'm finished with that. I have a couple tricks for this, so hopefully there'll be something new. So I'll go around the outside of that buckle like that, and I'm going to put this on the end of the broom, and we're going to change that out a little bit. Grab our it is light pumpkin pie. Just gonna not fill it in all the way, but just swipe it. And then we want some of this light petal pink. We're going to put that for his little cheeks and his little mouth. Okay. All right, so now then we have light basic black. So you would think black was black, but we're going to do the light one, and we're going to cover up the handle, the broom handle, ever so lightly. Okay, and then we're going to do, oh, I forgot some of the red. I forgot to do the band on the hat. There we go. Add that band on there. Okay, so there we go. And then now we're going to add black gently to the brim. We're going to fill in this hat. So I'm going to turn it so that I've got more control. Try not to fill in anything I don't want color. Okay, so you're like, well, there were stripes on there and now we don't see them. So I'm going to use the collar lifter. And I'm going to use the blunt tip. I did try doing the brush, and that seemed to not do very well. So we're going to lighten that up. I'm going to do the same thing to the hat. So it'll still be black, just then you can see the detail. Okay, so now then you can still see the stripes by doing the collar lifter with the taking some of that black back off. Then this little pool party, you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to outline my ghost. Just like that. I see a little section that was cape that I didn't notice before. Pardon me. It's right there. So we'll move those out of the way. And I could fussy cut this in front of you, but what I did already was I've already colored one and fussy cutted it. So see that I forgot that same little section on this one. So I'll just fill that in, and that one's ready to go. So we've got all of our bits and pieces to embellish ready to go. So I'll move this out of the way. We're not going to score this, but I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. And I'll bring in my scoreboard. Set that here. And then I need to find my stylus. There it is. Okay, so on the 5.5 inch side, so the shortest side, like I said, you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of paper. This is the 5.5 inch side, cut down to 7. So on this side, we're going to do 1.5 inch. And then we're going to do a 2 inch. We're going to do 4 inch. And then 4.5 inch. So again, that's 1.5, 2, 4, and 4.5. Then I also need my hole punch. I need to see where I laid that. Every time I forget something. So let me scoot over here and see if I laid it back in the drawer. I think that might work. Let's see if I've got it in my box. It was in my box of my projects. So I think we'll use the bigger one so it'll be easier to do. So I'll move everything else out of the way here. All right, so we're gonna fold and burnish all of the score lines. Let's see, that's the way I want to go. I want to line them up like that. Be gentle when you do the little sections. Like that. Like that. And like that. So, here on the back, we overlap the largest piece over the shortest. And we're not going to go too far with it because we want to, we'll just kind of like lay it over like that. So we're going to put tear tape on this edge here because it's the largest one of the back pieces, and so it will go over the smaller piece. And that way you don't get glue or tear tape where you don't need it. So we're going to go clear up here to the edge with that. Fold that down just a bit because I have a tendency not to be able to find the end. Then grab my scissors. Should find my take your pick tool so I have that. There we go. And then this little bit, I have a piece hanging off. I'm just going to fold it back onto itself. See if there's anything anywhere else. And there is not. So I'm going to fold this down. So this one tab, so I'm folding on the one score line closest to the edge and not that second one. I'll fold that. And then it's same over here. We're going to fold on that second score line. So this one's the first one. This one's going to be second one in, so that we can line that up. And we're going to burnish. Make it where that makes a little tube box. I'll go this other way. Burnish again. Then we're going to try to line it up straight and just kind of pinch it together. We're going to come in, oops, upside down. We're going to come down a little bit and then punch. And it's kind of hard to go through two layers of cardstock, but we made it. So there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this Twizzler out of here. And we're going to use the ribbon. Pull some off the bolt. We're going to wrap it around the Twizzler pad. Make certain it's straight. Just wrapping it around, and I've got it smooth on this side and smooth on that side. First off, oh, wait a minute. I forgot a step. We need to feed this through those openings. So you can pinch it back together so you don't have to go through once. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to put the Twizzlers in. There. That should be enough. Cut this. I want to make it a little bit shorter. I can. As long as my Twizzlers go on down in there. Then I'm going to trim this off. Just like that. Should have used my ribbon scissors, but I did not. Close this up before I lose my needle. Ah, my nose is itchy. Then I'll tie this off in a knot. So I'm going to wrap this around. Bring it through. Wrap it around and bring it through this opening. Sorry, I keep getting off camera. So, I need that other tail to go through there as well. There we go. Got both of them. All right. So now then we need to work that knot on down. There we go. To the bottom like that. Just tie it in it by pulling it apart. So then now it pulls your Twizzler out. You can push it back down in like that. So now how we're going to put this on is we're going to start on the side, on the back. We're going to start on this edge here that has that where we folded it over. So we're going to start here and we're going to work our way around, and so you just try to line it up. You want it over the seam, but just try to line it up the best you can, and then you're going to fold it around. Crease it. You're going to fold it a little bit more. And try to crease it. And you just keep working your way around, and that's why I put the Twizzlers in there, so it's stiffer. And that way you're not like that. So you have pretty much got it lined up, and you can straighten it up a bit. That. So we're going to add some glue. We could do tear tape. How about I do a little bit of tear tape up here at the top on the front. Guess we'll just use tear tape. Put some down here at the bottom. That. Take the scissors and remove that backing. All right, so I want to try to get that in one of those creases. Whoops. One of the creases that we made. And press it down on that front piece. All right, now I'm going to add tear tape. Now that it's stuck down, I'm going to add tear tape to this piece here. It's hard to tear in this angle, so I'm going to use my scissors. Burnish it. Scissors, and then I'll fold that back over and bring this over to it and bring that flap down to there. And burnish that well. So far, it's about in the center. I tried to do that. So there is our covering, our DSP. Now then it's time to put on our embellishment. So I'm going to add, I'm not going to put glue on this one edge because it's going to hang over just a little bit. So where the boo is, I'll put my finger and know that I can't put glue there. Some glue here. So didn't put it all the way across, and so this little bit's going to hang off. So I'm going to put that kind of up here. So I want the exclamation about lined up with the edge. So I want to have room for my ghost. So I'm going to put dimensionals on him, but his little tail of the ghost is going to hang off, so I know not to put any there. So let me grab my dimensionals here. I think I called them blue dots on my other video, but I meant dimensionals. I misspeak a lot on that, and so just bear with me. All right, so take these backings off. And we'll see if I can add a little small one to that. Like that, to not have something on it. I think it'll be all right. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to have him going up towards the boo. So kind of like that. And then on the back of this, we'll add some dimensionals. This goes together pretty quick, even with the collaring and the fussy cutting. There's no cutting of the box, it's just you cut the dimensions and then you score, and that is it. So then I'm going to add Trick or Treat right up out there. And that is our adorable little box. And he's so cute. I just love him. I just love these little ghosts. I like fall and I like Halloween, but I don't like the gory type of Halloween. I like the cutesy side of it. And so these just like make me happy when I see them. And so it's a Twizzler pull. Pull tab, I guess. It's not really a tab, but pull slide, I guess. You could do, if you make it a little bit bigger, you could put candy bars in this or different things. And so I hope that you like this project, and I will try to get a template. Like I said on the previous video, I'll try to get a template to go along with this, but I'll definitely add some dimensions to the video. But thank you for sharing this time with me, and I hope you'll check out the rest of this series. It is the countdown to Halloween, and so this is week 11 of that countdown, and so we've got about 10 more to go, and so check that out. Check out some of my other playlists, and you might consider subscribing, so if you haven't already, so that you can catch all of my future videos and be notified. And so thank you for joining me for this time, and happy stamping. Goodbye.